Today, we're going to talk about all things condo. We're going to look at the condo market in Winnipeg as it is right now. We're going to have a phone call with Mortgage Mike about the intricacies of getting approved for a mortgage for condos, which is slightly different than houses. And we're going to look at a sample condo building in the south end of Winnipeg where there's 5 units for sale. We're just going to put the whole thing into perspective. All in this episode of Winnipeg's Real Estate Podcast.
You're listening to the Bo Knows Real Estate Podcast. Tips and advice for home buyers, sellers, and owners with award-winning RE/MAX agent, Bo Kaufman.
Hello, everybody. It's Bo Kaufman, RE/MAX Performance Realty. Well, if you listened to last week's episode, you know that the housing market right now, the houses are in very short supply. Last year, this time, we had about 1,700 houses for sale. Right now, we got about 1,000, which means that every house that goes up has the chance of having like a bidding war, multiple offers on it. So if you're a buyer, things are really kind of tough right now. It's tough to find something. And if you do find something you like, chances are that there's going to be several other people lining up for it as well. So what about condos? Are condos an alternative for you if you're looking for your first home or if you're looking to downsize? Well, condo, I've always said, is a lifestyle choice, not so much a financial choice, because with condos, definitely you don't have the freedom that you have with a house. However, you also don't have some of the requirements, like you don't have the maintenance, you don't have the yard and the snow shoveling, you don't have the exterior maintenance, roof and stuff like that. So definitely it's a lifestyle choice. If you want to travel, if you want to concentrate on your business, condos might be a good option for you. So let's start this by taking a look at the condo market and compare it. Housing, as I said, things are tight. Condos, you will see that condo sales are up over last year and condo listings are also down over last year, but not at the same rate as what houses are. So let's take a look at the condo market right now. So during the month of October, we sold 98 condos in Winnipeg. That compares, it's down a little bit. It's down about 5 condos from the previous month, but it's way up from last year the same time. And I consider the comparison from last year to this year more important than from last month to this month, because like markets change month over month. It's how do they compare to the last year same time that I find more valuable and more important. And the most expensive condo sold during that month was $1.1 million in the waterfront district. So let's take a look at available condos in Winnipeg and compare that over the years. Just like houses, inventory levels have gone down, but not as dramatically as houses. So currently, on November 1st, we have 566 condos available compared to 641 last year. So that's about 80 condos fewer than last year. How that breaks down along price ranges, in under $250,000, right now we have 324 available compared to 361 last year. And those condos that are $250,000 and more, we have 242 available compared to 280 last year. Again, similar to houses, sales are also higher than they were last year in the condo market. Over the past month, we have sold 60 condos under $250,000. That compares to 46 same time last year. And in the more luxurious condos of $250,000 and more, we sold 38. That compares to 28 last year, same time. So a way to look at this now is to combine the sales and the available listings. And what we come up with is what I call the inventory quotient. So the lower the numbers, the hotter the market. Last year at this time, condos under $250,000, that number was 243 days. That's how long it would take to sell everything that's out there, 243 days. This month, same time as last year, is 167 days. So from 243 to 167, it's quite a jump, making it a much more active market. Condos over $250,000, similar story. Last year, the inventory level was 310 days. This year, it's under 200. So again, a jump in that direction that it's a hotter market. Still, when you compare this 197 days compared to the mid-range of houses, which are at 29 days, houses are definitely a much hotter demand than condos, which makes condos really an opportunity for that first-time buyer or that investor who wants to maybe buy some rental property, or people that want to downsize, or like I said, first-time buyers. That would be a perfect option for them to look at. Also take a look at how many new condo listings came to market during the month of October. And this past month, like October 2020, we listed 234 condos into the MLS system. 234 compared to 264 last year, same time, or compared to 294 during the month of September this year. So that's that month over month change. That's much more dramatic than the yearly change. September still, there was a lot of new listings coming to market, and you can see there's 60 fewer in October. And I think we're going to see that trend continue to some point for November and December as fewer people list their condos or their houses for sale during the winter months.
We'll be right back after this short announcement.
Are you looking to buy a house or a condo in Winnipeg? Work with the agent who takes the time to explain the process to you, guiding you through every step. For service beyond the sale, book your home buying consultation with Bo Kaufman of RE/MAX Performance today. Bo knows real estate.
Okay, so up next, we're going to make a phone call with Mortgage Mike. That's Mike Schroeder of Mortgage Architects. We're going to talk about the differences between getting a mortgage for a house and getting a condo. And what he's going to explain is that if you're pre-approved for a mortgage for a house, let's say for $250,000, and you decide to change your mind and look at a condo instead, we should actually go back to the mortgage lender and get you pre-approved for that amount, because they will give you less money for a mortgage simply because of the condo fees that are involved in it as well. So let's see what he has to say.
Good afternoon.
Hey, Mike, it's Bo Kaufman calling.
Hey, Bo, how are you doing this fine day?
Oh, excellent. Listen, today we're going to talk about, my episode is going to be a little bit about condos. And I understand that getting pre-approved for a condo is a little bit different than getting pre-approved for a house.
That's correct. So the single biggest difference is that when you buy a house, to figure out if you can afford the property, you just have to know what your purchase price is going to be, and we can calculate the mortgage payment. When you're figuring out if you get pre-approved for a condo, we also have to factor in the condo fees. And so if you're buying a condo that has very high condo fees, you might be able to afford less condo than you could for a house of the same value.
That's right, because of the condo fees.
Exactly.
Is there a kind of a formula? For example, if somebody starts out looking for a house, they may not know that they want to look at a condo. If they're pre-approved for a $250,000 house, is there a ballpark that you can say, okay, if you're approved for that, you can get this much for a condo?
Sure. So a good rule of thumb is for every $400 a month you have of expense, you lose about $100,000 of purchasing power. So, for example, if a condo has condo fees of $400 a month, we factor in half of that, so $200 a month, meaning you can afford about $50,000 purchase price less than you could for a similar house. Now,
that's good to know.
What can work in your favor, though, is that if heat is included in the condo fees, then that actually can help you afford a little bit more, because we have to factor in the heat calculation if you're buying a house. So it can actually cut both ways a bit.
Okay, excellent. Well, it's good to know. It's good to know that they can be pre-approved for a house, and it's really just a recalculation. And they have to be aware that just because it's a $300,000 house they're pre-approved for, they're not likely going to be able to get a $300,000 condo.
Correct. And just explain up front to your mortgage professional what you're looking at doing. And so if you're thinking of looking at condos, just let them know. They can run some new numbers for you, and that way you're prepared to go look at the places that fit within your budget.
Awesome. Was there any other differences?
Yeah, so there's a few other things to pay attention to. If the condo was ever a condo conversion, meaning that it was a rental building that was converted for condo usage in the past, fewer lenders will offer mortgages on those properties. And as well, if it's a self-managed condo, in other words, if they don't hire a property management company to actually manage the condo, if it's just managed by the condo board, again, fewer lenders deal in those type of properties. So you might not get the absolute lowest rate you see advertised, you may have to pay a slightly higher rate because you might be limited as to which lender will do the deal.
Okay, that's actually good information for me too, especially that first part about condo conversion. Is there a time limit? For example, if it was a conversion 15 years ago, is there still a limitation?
There is, and a lot of that has to do with the concerns over the quality of the condo conversion itself and of the size of the reserve fund. So we definitely can make the deal work. We're just limited as to which lenders will actually take a look at it. So.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. I think that's all I needed for today. Thanks a lot. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
So whether you're buying or selling, house or condo in Winnipeg, you are going to need a lawyer. Lots of good lawyers out there, no doubt. What you're looking for in a lawyer is somebody who is well-versed and experienced in real estate, because real estate law really is its own little subject. I've had buyers in the past saying, I'm going to use my family lawyer. And in the end, it ended up being like a wills and estates type of lawyer who didn't know real estate, and he shuffled it off to somebody else. So you may as well pick a lawyer that knows their stuff in real estate. You want somebody that's personable, somebody that returns phone calls, well organized, somebody that answers your calls. I have just such a lawyer. It's Brad McClellan of McRoberts Law Office in Madison Square on Ness Avenue. If you're going to buy or sell a house or a condo, I would say give him a call. His office number is 204-944-7923, and that's Brad McClellan of McRoberts Law. Okay, let's take a look at an example condo in the south end of Winnipeg. What I'm talking about is 180 Belleville Road. This is called Tower 180 Condos. This was an apartment building built in 1970, and it was converted to condos by A&S Homes in 2014. So this is one of these apartment to condo conversions that Mike was talking about. Not every lender will do a mortgage for these. So there's a more limited option for mortgage lenders for this because it is a conversion. I know this building fairly well. I sold a couple of units in there, and this building, as an example, really goes to show my point and my reasoning behind telling my clients to kind of stay away from buying brand new condos, because in Winnipeg, you buy a brand new condo and it's similar to buying a brand new car. It's great. But as soon as you drive it off the lot, what happens? Well, it's the same thing that happens with brand new condos. These units here, this building here has 1 and 2 bedroom units. And when they were new in 2013, the 1 bedrooms were selling for around $180 to $190. And they are now reselling closer to $160. And the 2 bedrooms were selling for $220 to $230 and are now selling at below $200. For the most cases, unless it's really decked out and really special. The average ones now are going actually for less than $200. So that's about a $25,000-$30,000 drop on the 2 bedrooms and $20,000 drops on the 1 bedrooms. That really makes these a pretty good option for a first-time buyer because they are really nice condos. No question about it. A&S did a nice job. Clean hallways, nice layouts, and they're large units. The 1 bedrooms, quite often you go into a 1-bedroom condo and it's like 650 square feet. These are more like 750 square feet. 2 bedrooms, if you go to those, like the walk-up, the townhouse style, 2 bedrooms are generally 850 to 880. These on Belleville are actually over 1,000 square feet. Most of them have nice kitchens. I do believe they still have granite counters, stainless steel appliances, that kind of stuff. So condo fees now, here's an example as well. A 2-bedroom condo right now, the condo fee is $440 a month. So some people will say, well, that's a lot of wasted money, but it's not, because that $440 includes heat, includes electricity and water and all your condo perks. So to put this in another perspective, if you buy a 2-bedroom condo for, let's say, $200,000, instead of a condo, if you buy a $200,000 house, I'm going to argue that, first of all, that thing is going to bleed heat like crazy. Your heating bills are going to be well over $100 a month, whereas here it's included in the condo fee. Insurance. The home insurance is included in this condo. All you have to do is buy your upgrade and content insurance, which is running in the neighborhood of $20 a month, as opposed to spending close to $100 a month on a house insurance. As I said, electricity is included, water is included. So that eats up a lot of that $440 that's in condo fees. So I'm not as down on condos as maybe some people are. Definitely, I think it's an option if you're looking for a nice, clean place with secure underground parking. And if, as I mentioned earlier, if your lifestyle demands it, if you're spending, 16 hours a day at work and you just need a place to call home in between going to work and going on vacation, and a condo is really a pretty desirable, a pretty good option for you. So in the show notes below, you're going to find a link to an article I've written about explaining about why condo fees really aren't the boogeyman. They're not as bad as some people think they are, as well as a link to further details on the Condo 180 tower on Bellevue. I really hope you've enjoyed this episode of Winnipeg's Real Estate Podcast. If you are looking to buy or sell a house or a condo, please give me a shout anytime. That's Bo Kaufman, Remax Performance Realty, 204-333-2202. Until next week, bye-bye.
You've been listening to Bo Kaufman of Remax Performance Realty. Are you thinking of buying or selling a house or a condo in Winnipeg? Call Bo at 204-333-2202. Remember, Bo knows real estate.
And I thought this was going to be a dull day.